Hello and welcome to Non-Content Puzzle Design Part 5. In this video, we're going to be focusing on puzzles that can work with multiple types of combination. However, they will only work with physical type breakouts. Before we get going, I just wanted to give a reminder that the entire contents of the slideshow that I'm about to show you in this video is available over on Teachers Pay Teachers at my store, The Librarian Room of Requirement. See link below and in the video description. This will be the first of 3 multi-lock type puzzle videos. This video is going to be focusing on the multi-lock type puzzles that function only with physical breakouts. Square fill puzzles are appropriate for kindergarten and above. They're considered kinetic because you're going to need to be using a pencil or a crayon. Students must color in squares with a specific type of content to discover a letter, number, shape, or arrow combination, key location, or teacher code. In the example that I've given you, put out the fire with your blue crayon and see what's left. So once all of the fire has been colored in, what's going to remain are some numbers here. So we have this first one is going to be a 5. Our second number over here is going to be a 2. And our last number over here is going to be a 4. Dot matching is a 3rd grade and above type puzzle. It's considered kinetic because you're going to need a ruler or some other straight edge in order to successfully do the puzzle. You make 2 columns and you put a straight line between the matching sets of dots. Whatever letter, color, shape, number, or arrow the line goes through is the combination, teacher code word, or the key location. So for this example over here, we've got the sugar, which is going to connect to the bag of sugar. We've got the word for skeleton, which is going to connect to this guy. We've got the word for candles, which is connecting to this picture. We've got the word for skull connecting to that picture. So as you can see, these lines are going through down, down, right, and right, and that's going to be the combination. Wet erase / permanent marker puzzles are appropriate for 3rd grade and above. They are considered kinetic type puzzles because you're going to need to be spraying things with water and then wiping them off. Write out a note or riddle on a laminated paper in wet erase marker except for a few letters / words in permanent marker. Indicate to the students they should add water to the note. You'll need spray bottles and lots of paper towels on hand for this one. The answer can reveal a combination, a teacher code, or a key location. Ciphers with props is a 1st grade and above appropriate puzzle. They are considered kinetic because you need a physical object in order to complete the puzzle, and you can't do that with a computer screen. The first one is mirror code. That's where the letters are written so that they cannot be read unless you're holding a mirror up to them. The second one is grill code. The picture for that is over here. It's where you cut out holes in a piece of paper and then you put it over a note or a letter, and then your word or words appear. Microletter code, you'll need a magnifying glass for. You basically just write something very small on a piece of paper that is hard to read unless students are using a magnifying glass. When they use the magnifying glass, they can see it. A rubber band code, and this is to be used only with a very mature high school level class. That's where you write a message on a rubber band while it's expanded, but it can't be read when it's not expanded, and they stretch it out and they can read whatever it says. The transparency overlay, you'll need multiple clear squares stacked over each other to reveal some sort of a message. I gave you an example over here with a little plastic baggie. I put the word into 2 parts, but when you stick it together in its form, you can see food. A pencil or pen wrap, that's where you have a piece of paper with a string of letters across, which are nonsense unless you wrap it around the pen or the pencil, and then they spell out a word. Finally, the red overlay, that is the one where you need a red lens viewer. You've got a background and then some hidden teal letters in there that are hard to see unless you are putting a red lens viewer over it, which lets you see what the word is actually supposed to be. If you buy this presentation in the Teachers Pay Teachers store, you will get a hyperlink to the page that's going to have that background that you can use. Scratch-off puzzles are 3rd grade and up. They are considered kinetic because you're going to actually be scratching something off on a physical object. This puzzle functions like a lotto ticket. You get a picture of something that is the answer to a riddle / question. There should be other possible answers in the picture as well. Write a combination on the answer picture and false combinations, teacher's codes, or key locations on the wrong answer. Laminate the paper or use a book jacket cover. Paint over your images with a mix of 1 part dish soap and 1 part acrylic paint. Add more than 1 layer if necessary. In the example that I've given you, it says scratch off the country where the Day of the Dead was first celebrated. So the answer to that is going to be Mexico. So if you scratch off the blue for Mexico, it's going to give you the correct combination. But I also hid combinations under all of the other places in this picture. Grid coordinate message is a 7th grade and above appropriate puzzle. It's considered kinetic because you're going to be drawing lines onto the piece of paper. You connect the grid coordinates to reveal a letter combination, number combination, teacher code, or key location. And the hyperlink to this website that makes these for you is right here. So again, if you purchase this in Teachers Pay Teachers, you can use the hyperlink. Physical puzzles are appropriate for kindergarten and above. Your first choice is to purchase a puzzle from the dollar store, and whatever the image is going to be your combination, teacher code, or your key location. Option number 2 is to print yourself a picture, cover it with a semi-rigid book jacket or hard laminate it, cut out the pieces and cut them into smaller pieces if you're talking about older students. Option number 3 is to purchase blank puzzles. You can buy them on Amazon, 24 for $12. You can write or draw on the pieces. These puzzles could reveal any type of combination, teacher code, or key location. They could also reveal a code, riddle, or UV message. Or they could reveal an image that has a twin somewhere else in the room, which is going to be your key location. Another choice that you have is to stick an extra puzzle piece that does not fit, and on that one puzzle piece, that can be your teacher code or your combination, or it can be your key location. Fishing is an appropriate puzzle for kindergarten and above, and these can be fun physical challenges if you can justify them in your theme. The magnetic fishing rods are pretty cheap to make. A donut magnet's going to cost you about 50 cents. A dowel rod is going to go for under $1. You're also going to need duct tape and string. For option number 1, you can be fishing in a tank, either with or without water, and you're removing laminated paper fish with a paper clip on them. For option number 2, you can create an off-limit zone on the ground with a blue tablecloth or a blanket or just a regular cloth, and you're removing the laminated paper fish with the paper clips on them. In both of these situations, the fish are going to have the combination written on the back. You don't want to try and attach a key to the back of the fish unless it's a very, very small key, because otherwise the magnet might have trouble picking up the fish. Object hunt puzzles are appropriate for kindergarten and above. Your first type of object you could be hunting are Easter eggs, but you could call them chicken eggs, dinosaur eggs, or monster eggs. You could spray paint them gold for a Jack and the Beanstalk breakout. You could number the eggs and then hide single letters, numbers, shapes, arrows, or color dots inside for a combination or teacher code. You could put a puzzle piece inside each egg, or just put a key inside one, and they have to keep searching through the eggs until they find their key. You could also look for coins, putting a number on one side of the coins and a letter for a key location, combination, or teacher code on the back. You could also just use any type of theme-appropriate object and make the group present you with a specific number for a key or a breakout item. If you were doing the Lorax, for example, the students could find 15 cents, a nail, and the shell of a great-great-great-grandfather snail. That's it for our physical multi-lock type puzzles. I hope you learned something, and thanks once again for watching.